This video is sponsored by Caseify, protection with personality. Hey, it's Chris. For today's video, I literally went looking for the coolest iPhone accessories that I could find, and I gotta tell you, it has been hard not to unbox these before this video, so I'm glad that it finally rolled around. So today we're gonna be checking out the Razer Kishi gaming controller for iOS, the brand new Beats Flex wireless earphones, which is what you see here in this stealthy ninja box, the DJI Osmo Mobile 4 for iPhone videography, which I'm really excited to see how the magnetic mount that this comes with is gonna work with the iPhone 12, or not. And last but not least, the new Hydrate Spark Steel Smart Water Bottle. Now I'm gonna be testing these out today with the new iPhone 12 and 12 Pro, but I made sure that these accessories would also work with other iPhones. So if you do have an older iPhone, you're not gonna be left out of this video. This isn't a MagSafe accessories video. That's probably gonna be coming very soon. And by the way, if you missed the unboxing of this red iPhone 12 that I just posted, I'll link it up down below. All right, the Razer Kishi. I can't tell you how long I've been wanting to get my hands on this, but I've been saving it for the right time, and that time is now. So in case you're unfamiliar, this is a universal gaming controller for basically any iPhone, made by Razer. And in a way, it's almost similar to some Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons that can fit around your phone, but then collapse back down to a portable size when you're not using them. So basically, it's gonna let you get a real snug fit. Ooh, I just figured that out. I never read the instructions. You kind of twist it apart to get it to expand, and then when you're ready to put it back, you sort of fit it back together. Takes a little practice, I guess. And then you snap this back thing into place. Now, I'm definitely liking the small compact size of this when it's not in use. And this is by far the nicest form factor for a controller for the iPhone that I've ever laid hands on. So there's actually a lightning port on one end that plugs into your phone, and then there's also another port here for pass-through charging. So that's pretty convenient, because mobile gaming does nothing if not drain your battery. And actually it does come with some adapters here too, so you'll be able to fit smaller phones like the iPhone SE. What I'm excited about for this setup is that it should solve a lot of the issues that have cropped up with other game controllers. Mainly that they can be sort of a pain in the butt to carry around, to get connected, to disconnect, and sometimes just to get set up. Now setup on here should be pretty easy because this is an MFI certified accessory, which means it's gonna be instantly recognized as a gamepad by any game that uses standard controls. And first things first, I think I'm gonna try a little NBA 2K. All right, well let's just see exactly how easy this is to get set up. So I'm gonna stick it in it. Whoa, done. And I guess you guys can hear this music. That doesn't sound like the speaker's being blocked at all. I feel like the iPhone has always had potential as a gaming machine, but I feel like seeing this on here and feeling it, this is the first time that it feels like I should give it some respect as an actual gaming machine. Actually, it's covering up this icon here in the corner just a little bit. And yeah, I mean, I can still use my thumb here to navigate around, which is actually nice too. Let me just talk to you about the buttons. That's a big part of any game controller experience. This is a little mushy, the D-pad. The buttons are a little mushy, not like bad. I'm kind of nitpicking, I feel like, if I say that they're mushy. Very usable, better than not having a gamepad. Better than other gamepads that I've tried. I've tried like 2 or 3. I guess if I had to give the buttons an overall score, I would say good, not great. Almost great, close to being great. And yeah, I really haven't mastered this game yet at all in just a couple of minutes, but I can tell the controller's working great, and I would definitely rather play this kind of a game with a controller like this than without, and with this controller in particular. Now, one thing that's not cool about the Kishi and the iPhone paired up is that there's no Xbox cloud gaming. At least you're not left out in the dark. You do have some options. You have Apple Arcade, and there's a whole category of games that work with controllers within Apple Arcade. All right, so this is $99. That's $20 more than the Android version, but just from my limited time with it already, it's definitely gonna be my go-to gaming accessory for the iPhone. Let me quickly mention another accessory you might be interested in from today's sponsor, Caseify. Caseify's impact cases are just the right balance of slim and protective, much more protective than the cheaper Amazon alternatives since they're engineered with a 2-layer construction of Chi-Tech material. That means that your phone can survive a drop from 6.6 feet. That's probably taller than you are. And even with these nice slim bumpers, you still get extreme protection, like 3 times military grade. Since Caseify is all about protection with personality, you can also choose from many different designs, whether it's a favorite color or print, or adding your monogram or name for a more personal touch. What really sets these cases apart though is that they keep your phone safe from not just drops, but also from germs as well, thanks to the antimicrobial coating. And the new cases are partially made from recycled plastic, so less waste. You can go to www.caseify.com/dailytech to pick one up for yourself. All right, next up, we're gonna dig into the Beats Flex here. If you're looking for a wireless pair of headphones from Apple, and you also want an AirPods alternative, then I think you might really like the Beats Flex. These are $50, and you know what? Somebody at Beats was pretty smart for making that pricing decision because, oh wow, look at that, Flex. That's some cool packaging. Flex that. This is some of the coolest packaging I've seen in a long time. Okay, well here's the actual box. But what I was saying though, before I got distracted by the insanely cool packaging, was that the new iPhone doesn't come with headphones anymore in the box. So here comes this option from Beats, which gives you a pretty affordable option compared to the AirPods, for instance. All right, what do you guys think of this color? I actually really like it. It's different than just black or white. That'll definitely stand out. Oh, and look at this, you actually get a USB-C cord in here. No lightning. Fast fuel, 10 minutes will give you an hour and a half of battery charge. Now, in terms of battery, what you're supposed to get is 12 hours of battery life. That's gonna get you through the day, maybe into the next day if you're gonna use these heavily. Now, I do love my AirPods, for the most part. Regular AirPods, amazing. So lightweight, very comfortable. AirPods Pros, amazing when they work, have had some issues, which I made a whole video about, and after I sent that pair back, the next pair actually developed the same issue. But one thing that's different and nice about this design is that you can hang it around the neck, obviously, so no anxiety about lost buds. All right, there's the power button right there, nice and simple. Got a little indicator light on there. Then you got your USB-C port. And then you got a little rocker button here, probably for the volume. All right, before I get these tried on, one thing that's cool about these is that they magnetically pair. But not just that, it's not just for storage. When you take these out of your ear and pair them together, your music's gonna stop. And then when you take them apart again, your music's gonna start playing again. That's a nice feature. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try these on for the first time and see how they fit. Wow, that's actually very nice. I wasn't sure what I would think about the passive noise isolation. But for me, that's pretty noise isolating. They're not noise canceling, but the isolation is pretty decent. Now, these do have the W1 chip inside, which is great for when you want to pair it with your iPhone. It's instant pairing. But it doesn't have the newer H1 chip, which allows for the AirPods Pros to automatically switch between your devices. So, you know, these are $50 and there is some convenience built in, but you're not gonna get the same amount of convenience as with Apple's higher end products. These have a really nice sound signature. I wouldn't say they sound better than premium headphones, obviously, but they don't sound bad. I think if you wanted to spend $50, you would feel great about getting these. All right, let's test the auto pause, right? I can still hear them. It's not like AirPods, when you take them out, it just stops. Now it stops, so you saw it. And it starts back up. That's pretty cool. Okay, DJI Osmo Mobile 4. Look, iPhones in general, and the iPhone 12 lineup in particular, have amazing cameras for video. But if you're looking to make really incredible mobile video, you don't necessarily have to have a better camera, although it helps. What you really need is a better way to hold that camera, a way to stabilize the footage. And that's what this does. And look, I'm gonna be using this all the time for footage here on the channel. It's just gonna be so convenient, especially with the iPhone 12 Pro Max and that ridiculous sensor. When you combine that with this, I can't wait. So I've used several DJI gimbals before. I'm always struck by kind of how cheap and plasticky they feel. I expect this to be very similar. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Actually, it's a little less cheap and plasticky than I think the last one that I tried. Still kind of cheap and plasticky. I mean, it doesn't feel like really premium. The thing is, yeah, it's plastic, but that also helps it remain nice and light. Now, what's crazy about this is that it's magnetic. you guys know there's MagSafe on the new iPhones now. And so I've been getting a million questions from people saying, does the MagSafe work with the Osmo Mobile 4? I mean, you can see the size of the MagSafe setup there and the size of the magnet here, and they just really aren't compatible. I'm glad to see a little tripod accessory included though, because now you can just screw this in and set this up once you get your phone on here, and yeah, that's gonna be really convenient. Because sometimes you wanna leave it on and just set it down, but also if you wanna film yourself, that's gonna be awesome. Okay, well, I am going to put this on the phone. That's actually very easy to do. And you can see what that looks like right there. It's not gonna hurt your phone at all. It's nice and padded. And then if all goes as planned, this should snap right in, just like this, and it does. All right, so I can actually use this control button down here and completely control how the camera is acting, where it's looking. And then if I double tap, I can switch between various modes really simply. So here's for like TikTok videos, and then if I wanna do something that's more like YouTube or for the TV, if you triple tap, it's going to do a totally different point of view. Now, there is an official app from DJI, the Mimo app, that you can use with this to get some extra functionality out of it. But the app that I prefer to use for professional video work whenever I'm working with a phone is Filmic Pro. So, I mean, a couple things to point out. This looks very similar to the Osmo Mobile 3. Really, the main difference is just this magnetic mount here and how ridiculously fast and easy it is to stabilize your footage now. This is why you would use a gimbal. Do you see how stable and steady it's keeping the iPhone while I'm moving it? It's ridiculous. If you want buttery smooth footage, this is the only way to go. Now, if you do use the DJI Mimo app, then what you'll get are some extra features like hyperlapses or the active track, and that's probably the coolest thing because it can focus on you or a subject, and then you can set it down, mount it on a tripod, and it will just follow you. It'll be your camera person. There's not a whole lot to say, really. I mean, it's really all about this mount here, and if you've ever seen anything about a gimbal before, you know that that is really awesome. All right, well, we got one thing left here. It's the Hydrate Spark Steel. I should probably drink more water. I drink a ton of coffee. That's very easy to do. Plain water is just so boring, though. When I do end up drinking water, what I'm often drinking is a Waterloo, not a sponsor, but I've gotten myself used to sparkling water with some flavor, no sugar. At least it makes it palatable, right? But here's a product that claims to be able to keep me on track in terms of my water habit. Not only keep my water nice and cold, including, for the first time with this model, if you're using ice. It's ice compatible, but it will measure my actual water intake. Wow, look at that. That's actually nicer than I thought. And the only reason that I say nicer than I thought is because I wanted the black steel version, but that was sold out, of course. So this is the next best, but this is cool. This is all right. And there's a couple different models. This one kind of has this built-in straw. So some people are probably gonna like that. Some people might not like it quite as much. I probably would have got the other version that didn't have that, but again, sold out. Now, there's actually a sensor down here in the bottom, but it is rechargeable, which is good. I think they listened to customers because if memory serves, the last version actually was not. Now, aside from the fact that this connects to an app, as just a water bottle, it is really great because it's vacuum sealed. So this will keep your cold drinks cold for 24 hours. And the best part, no condensation on the outside. It's not gonna sweat. All right, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. One of the reasons that I like this is that there's a light in the bottom that glows. I see the glow button and I gotta try it. And oh yeah, whoa, now that's cool. I want a light like this in everything. So the reason that it glows is because it can alert you that it's time to drink, right? It'll stay on top of you to make sure you're actually staying hydrated. That's the whole point. Wow, that's it for this video. This is some good stuff. I'll link it up down below so you can do some further research and check the prices, stuff like that. Thanks for checking this out. Again, make sure you go over and watch the iPhone 12 unboxing. That was fun. And don't forget you can follow @DailyTech, spelled Daily TEKK, on Instagram and Twitter. I would love to catch up with you on the Daily Tech After Party. That's the podcast. Comes out every Friday. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.